Hello, everyone. If you were on the initial class for today, you know that I got interrupted with a delivery, and I probably should have just paused, but I'm new enough at this that I didn't want to make any kind of disruption. So I thought I would just get off, and now I'm back on class. We're going to start from the beginning just to make sure this is a whole class that is there for anyone who, when they're looking at the archives. So if you're on, welcome back. We're going to go back through our yoga class from the beginning. So you'll just be getting a little extra yoga today. All right. So remember, we're working with the idea of creating positive energy today. This positive thought process means that we don't deny anything that's going on that might be disruptive or anything that's happening in the world. But you create your inner environment. And the inner environment is what determines your well being, your health, how you're feeling, how you are able to be in a positive, making positive deposits towards your own health, right? So we want to make sure the inner environment is supportive. We do that with yoga practice. So let's get to yoga. We're going to come back to our mat and then we will begin with our hip rocking so that we get warmed up. So if you're out there with me, we're just going to sit on the mat and take that right leg and begin to pump the whole leg. We're working with the whole leg to get deep into that hip joint. We want to bring warm up by blood flow coming in, okay? So we're pumping the whole hip and the leg and taking the breath with us. And then pulling that leg towards you and bringing the chest toward the leg a bit, just getting that nice opening stretch just to your edge. Now you can hold on to that foot with the left hand or walk that foot up the left arm, finding your stretch and then leaning into the right forearm. Begin to massage out your hip and buttock area. Good job. This is how we bring in blood flow and release tension. Great work. You come back up to sitting. Take that leg straight out, shake out the leg. Good, thank the knee. Let's just rub the kneecap a little bit. Nice work. Okay, other side. Let's pump that left leg by holding on to the left foot and ankle. Take some breaths while you're there, warming up and breathing. Good. Pull that leg towards you, bring the chest toward the leg. Nice stretch. Good. Then we're going to hold on to that left foot with the right hand or work the foot up the arm to anchor it in. Whatever feels best, come onto that left forearm, massage. Just rocking around and back and forth to use your body weight to just release any muscle tension that's happening in the glutes and the hip. Breathe with it. And come back up. Take that leg straight out and shake it out. And thank the knee. Good work. All right, so back to flexing and rounding the spine and how important it is to keep that spine warmed up, the flexibility, and for blood flow to the nerve endings along the spine. So we're in the table pose. Let's bring the chin and tailbone up toward the ceiling as you inhale. Then as you exhale, tuck the chin and tailbone and round. Inhale, lift chin and tailbone, flexing the spine. Breathe it out for the opposite stretch. Pull the belly up toward the spine, tuck the chin and tailbone. 2 more. Inhale, flex. And exhale, round. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Now back to a flat back. Let's do our lateral stretching side to side. Right here, ear and hip crunch toward each other. And then look all the way to the right with the eyes. So we're resetting the vagus nerve when we do that. We're looking all the way to the right corners. Good. Inhale back to the center. And as you exhale, then crunch to the left and look all the way to the left with your eyes. Breathe. And back to the center. Good. Now sit back towards your heels. Extend your arms out away from you. Get that nice long child pose stretch. Extended child pose. Breathe. We're lengthening into the shoulders, the shoulder blades, rounding the spine. Arms about shoulder width apart. And we're going to bring the chest through the arms into the swan. And then exhale and round. Good. Back to the child pose. 2 more. Inhale. And then exhale and round. Good. And last one. Breathe in. And round the back. Good. And come back to the table. Let's work on our balancing pose. So we're going to take the left leg and right arm out. Remember, you can keep the toes on the floor if you're a beginner, working toward creating core strength and balance to lift that leg up and back behind you and reaching through the fingertips and out through the opposite toes. Pull the abs in, long, deep breaths. And then release. Other side, reaching out through the toes and fingers. Left fingers reaching, right toes out behind you. Long, deep breaths. Good. Back to the table. Now let's do that one more time, and we're going to add touching the knee with the opposite hand. So a little bit of movement with this to build balance and core. Right hand reaching out, left leg back behind you. First, reach into the pose. Good. Now you can take elbow to knee or hand to knee. So you can bring that knee and elbow toward each other and then extend back to the pose. You can bring the hand to the knee, back to the pose. Let's do 2 more. Touch and extend. Last one. Touch and extend. Now release. So we're really challenging the core. We're also building bone strength here. So good work. You're holding your own weight. Let's do the other side again. Left hand reaching out, right leg. Reaching out in 2 directions. Good. And then either hand or elbow to knee and extend back out. 3 more. Touch, extend. Here's 2. Extend. Last one. Touch, extend it and hold it out there. Good work. And release. Now take some breaths here. We're breathing through the work. We also want to keep fueling with keeping the breath going consciously. Let the breath be your partner in the work. All right, so now we're lining up the right knee and the hand. Step that left foot back. Open the left arm up. Long, deep breaths. That left foot is an anchor, or the right foot is an anchor. Now you can stay right there, or you can lift that left leg up. Left arm, left leg up and out, if that's your edge. And breathe with it. Good. We're building strength in the upper body, building core, and just holding that leg up. You're building strength as well in the hip. Nice work. Let's lower down to the floor. Back to your table pose. Good. We're going to do one more round here on the right. So the right knee and hand line up. Take the left foot back. Open up. You can plant that left foot right there on the floor. If that's your edge, you're doing wonderful work. You can lift that leg up for more core work. Now we can add crunches. So once again, elbow and knee can come toward each other and extend. Crunch and open. Two more. Last one, crunch. Now extend and hold it. Great work. Back to the table. Just rest back to the child pose a minute. Release your wrist. Good. And we're going to move to the other side. I'm just turning around so that you can see me. That left knee and hand line up. Take the right leg back. Open up the right arm. Good work. Now stay right there if that's your edge, or lift that leg. Good. And when you're ready, you're just going to lower back down to the table. And then the second round is going to be adding that extra work if you want. Otherwise, wherever your edge is, the second round is just repeating the good patterns that we want to have, that conversation in the body for strength in the core, in the upper body, and in the bones. If you want that extra work, crunch and open. Crunch and open. Good. We're going to do one more. Now open and extend it. And release. Good work. Relax just for a moment into rounded back. Come back up into standing on your knees. Good. Making fists. We're just going to bring fists into the lower back and then press the hip girdle open. So you're just pressing the hip girdle open. We're opening the front of the body. We're supporting the lower back with the fists, tucking the chin. Now you can lift the chin, but don't drop the head back. Just open the throat a bit. Keep pressing those hips forward. Breathe. And then we're going to release all the way down into the child's pose. Now this time you can bring your arms to your sides and just bring forehead toward the floor. Just rounding the back. Good. I hope your spine is very happy. Okay. All right. So let's come into the table again. We're going to step the right foot forward. Walk your toes toward the top of your mat. And then just sink down into your hips. So we're doing a little bit of a runner stretch variation. Just opening up the hips a little more into this variation. Okay. Now walk your hands back and straighten that front leg and get a hamstring stretch. Just stretch it out. And then walk forward again with the hands, sink back into the hips. Breathe. We're going to do the other side. So take that right foot back into the table pose. Then we step the left foot forward, walk the toes toward the top of your mat. And what that's doing is making sure when you sink down that you don't take the knee over the toes. You want to keep that knee stacked over the ankle. And we're sinking down into the hips. So we're actually opening perhaps the front of the hip a little more As we sink down, we create stretch and opening in the hip girdle. Breathing with it, we're going to walk hands back, straighten the front leg, lean forward into it a bit. We're getting that hamstring stretch. Walking the hands forward, sink down into the hips for that second round of nice stretch and opening. Good job. All right, curl those right toes under, lift the right knee. We're going to step that foot forward. If you need to find a different way up to standing, nurture yourself up to standing. We take a nice long stretch and then bring palms together in front of the heart. And we are now ready for our standing work. Okay. So, let's start some standing work. How about if we start with wood chopper first, because we just did that nice warm up for the whole lower body. We got into the upper body and spine. Let's release toxins. So interlace your fingers, hold on to your axe. The feet are wide. We're going to inhale up over the head, then chop between your legs. Inhale up. Now out through the mouth. Ha! Inhale. Let me hear it. Ha! We're going to release those toxins. Inhale. Ha! Last one. Inhale and ha! Good. We're making more room for that fresh oxygenated blood to move around because we are releasing what we no longer need. All right. So now we're going to work with the energy body. And we're going to do that by first doing an exercise, which is understanding that you go below your feet. So energetically, you reach down into the earth, you reach out, and you are like a tree. That anchoring energetically down into the earth and reaching out. That what you create. In your physical body, you're doing that with yoga stretching. In your energy body, the energy can move, ground, and support you. So what we're going to do is take the feet a little wider, just slightly wider than hip width apart. And then we're going to actually reach down and pull up good healing earth energy and move it up through the body. And then we're going to take it over the head and push away all negativity. So in order to do this energetically, we're also intending it emotionally and mentally, okay? So we're going to take your hands, bend the knees, reach down toward the ground, scoop up good earth energy. Now, your feet have little wells. We're going to draw energy up through the legs, just like straws would be drinking up and in. Earth healing energy through the torso, through the chest, up over the head, reach it all the way up. When you get up above your head, turn the palms away from each other and then pushing. It's like your hands are flexed. You're going to push away all negativity. Just nice fluid releasing all negativity. Let's do 2 more rounds. Reach down. Now draw in good earth energy and bring it up through the legs, up through the hips, the torso, the chest, the throat, over the head. And then we turn the palms away from each other and push away all negativity. Keep those hands flexed. We're actually exercising and lengthening some of the meridians in the arms, which are directly related to the heart, to the nervous system. Okay, let's do 1 more. Reaching down. Reach and scoop up healing earth energy and draw it up through the legs, up the belly, the chest, the throat, over the head. Take it up, out, over the head, and then turn the palms away from each other. Press, press, and push away all negativity. Good. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms. And this is just a little bit of intending energy flow from receiving the same energy that helps a flower to sprout, grow, open, and bloom is available to us. We're just drawing it up into the body through the soles of the feet and up over the head. So I hope that felt great for you today. Good. All right. So let's move into our holding the ball. So now imagine a big ball of air behind you holding you up, bigger than you are, and you're able to rest into that support. So just take the body and let the back of the body be held by that big ball of air. There's a ball of air between the knees, so hold the ball. There's a ball of air that we're holding on to with the arms. So hold your ball. Under each arm is a smaller ball that is able to rest. Resting the arms on the smaller balls that are under the armpits and arms. Now, consciously receive all of the support that's around you. This exercise is called the effortless effort. You are learning to let the body relax into the energetic support that is right there, latent and resting within you and all around. If the shoulders are feeling tight, relax the shoulders. Receive the support that's behind you, under the arms. Let the neck relax. Be intending to soften as you receive the support that's all around you. The effortless effort. Now, very gently and slowly, slow motion, begin to lower the ball. Lower that ball down. And then intuitively and sensually, in your senses, in your body, feel what you notice. You might feel more relaxed. You might feel flowing energy. You may feel more grounded, deeper into the whole body. Just notice what happens when you tap into your own latent sleeping energy that is ready to be woken up and utilized by you. There should be a nice sense of well-being in that exercise. Great. One last bit of energy work. So this idea of supporting that positive includes energetically supporting yourself. What you think is an energy. What you feel is energetic as well. So when you create these fluid movements and help energy activate and support you, it's going to help support the thoughts and the feelings and the physical body as well. I hope you're feeling that, okay? All right, so let's now do our cloud hands. We're going to turn to the right, pressing that hand down. The right hand presses toward the floor with a flex. Bring the left hand up and look at that. So it's about eye height in front of you. Now, the whole body is going to turn with you to the left. The hips, the belly, the chest, the shoulders, and head. We turn to the left. It's a floating motion. Then we hold a ball, so palms face each other. Press that left hand down, and we float across in slow motion to the right. When we get to the end, hands exchange. You're always looking at the hand in the direction you're going. So you're watching left hand when you're going to the left. As you exchange hands, the right hand will come up and you look at the right hand as you float to the right. This is called cloud hands. It's a nice Qigong healing energy exercise to clear out negativity. We're unruffling any stagnant energies being released. And it's just a form of mindful meditation. It's meditation in motion. Keep your attention on watching that palm that's in front of you as you move in slow motion. Good work. Getting that sense of floating right through your own energy. You might even feel a sense of floating like your hand is floating through water, but that's your own energy field. Let's do one more round. Just float right through to the other side. And then bring your palms up over your head. Face the palms down and push that energy down and away. We're going to press it back away from you. And that closes the exercise. And I just want to invite you to feel what might be happening now in your awareness. What are you sensing? What are the sensations, impressions of tapping in and clearing and balancing and harmonizing your energy? Great work. All right. So we're going to move into our flow for yoga, standing yoga. So we're going to start with feet about hip width apart, toes pointing forward. We're going to do our half moon to goddess to triangle. Okay. Palms in front of the heart. Circle around. Inhale up. Exhale, half moon to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the other side. Press that hip out and back to the center. Then step to the right and then sit down into your goddess. So if you have knee issues, you just bend a little bit. If you can deepen into a squat, you're going to go deeper. Good work. Now, 5-pointed star. Arms and legs straighten out. Turn your feet to the right. Kick out that left hip. Reach over to the right and paddle straight into your triangle. Now, if you're at the knee and your ear, shoulder, and leg are lined up, you're doing a nice triangle with integrity. That left heel is planted. As you want to go deeper, you work down the leg. Make sure you keep lifting that right rib cage away from the floor so you go out over the leg instead of collapsing. You want to keep that triangle nice and aligned. Breathing with it. Now you can look up at the hand and the ceiling and look straight ahead. And then take that arm behind you. So you're going to tuck the left arm behind you and rotate the ribs up and that left shoulder blade down and back. Let's work into the torso a bit more. And breathe with it. Now keep that nice openness that you're creating in the torso with that nice turn and take the arm back up into full triangle. Breathe. Good. Press into your feet, come back up to standing. Turn your feet forward. We're going to sit down into 5-pointed star. Good. Now step that right leg back to the center. Half moon to the left. Inhale, center. Breathe it out to the other side. And inhale, center. Now step to the left. Sit down into your goddess. Wherever that edge is for you, you're doing good work to strengthen legs. So if you have knee issues, even just a little bit of a squat is going to start strengthening the lower body. Now straighten out into 5-pointed star. Turn your feet to the left. Kick out the right hip. Reach out to the left. We're setting the hip girdle and hamstrings into a nice stretch. And then we're just going to take the upper body into that triangle. Paddle over. Line up the ear, the shoulder, and the leg. So if you're leaning forward, line that up. Breathe with it. If you want to go deeper, you're not forcing, but it's important to not collapse. So keep lifting up out of that left rib cage so that you go out over the leg, not down. Breathe. Good. Take the arm in the air, tuck it behind you, rotate the ribs up and the tailbone and the shoulder blade back. So we're working into opening the torso because gravity is always pulling us down. We want to open and lengthen. Now stay into that turn if you can and take the arm back up into full triangle. And then press into your feet, come back to standing. Turn your feet back to the front, sit down into the goddess. Take that left leg, step it back to the center. Half moon to the right. Inhale, center. Over to the left. Back to the center. And circle all the way back around to the heart. Good. All right, let's do a little bit of standing balancing pose here. We're going to work on our eagle today. So you're going to take that right foot, plant it deep into the floor by making sure that you use the surface of the whole foot. So make sure that you're planted, and that's going to help you take that energetically down below the floor, because remember, you're like a tree with energetic roots that helps to ground you into your balancing pose. Then take your left toes, bring them on top of the right foot, okay? And we're going to take the arms straight out. Now, if that's your edge, you're doing great work. Practice until you master this. If your next level of edge is to sit down, see if that feels like it can work. Imagine a chair behind you. You're going to sit down into a squat. Breathe. Now press down to come back up. Then we step open to the left, open the arms, and fly. Breathe into the open heart. Good. Same side, second round. This time we're going to add a little different work in the arms. You're going to create that cross in the arms. Now you can either cross under and bring the arm around, or you can just cross over and interlace the fingers. So I'm going to do that today. Bring the left toes back on top. Good. Sit back down into your eagle. Breathing with it. Crossing the arms changes your center of gravity a bit, so you have to stay much more mindful of staying focused and grounded and planted. Now press down to come back up. Open up your wings, step open, and fly. Great. Let's do the other side. So now right toes come on top of the left, arms come straight out. You can stay right there. So if this is your edge, work there and get good at it. Sit down if you want more edge. Into a squat. Then press down to come back up. Step open to the right, open the arms, and fly. Breathe. Good. All right, one more on this side. Right toes on top of the left, arms out. And then take that right arm over the left. Good. Sit down. Finding a point to gaze at helps you to focus. So gaze at a point in front of you. Now press down to come back up. Step open. Open up those wings and fly. Good work. All right, let's do our breath of joy. Feet are a little wider than hip width apart. We're going to take 3 sniffs in through the nose. Before we breathe, 1 breath out through the mouth. Breathing in oxygen, jolting the body, and then exhaling it all out for releasing toxins. Ready? Breathe in, and ha. In, ha. 1 more. Breathe in, and out. Good. Okay. Let's come onto the floor. We're going to move into onto the belly. We're just going to work with our cobra pose today. So you're coming onto the floor on your belly. Feet about hip width apart, tops of your feet pressing down into the floor. Hands under the shoulders, elbows tucked into the ribs. And the forehead comes onto the floor. Now it's a mindful path of lifting forehead, nose, chin, and chest. So you're going to lift, not press. Let the back do its work. Breathe. And on an exhale, tuck the chin, the nose, the forehead. Now, as you go into your second round, notice how the buttocks and back engage. So inhale, lift forehead, nose, chin, and chest. And feel how the hips are anchored. Press the collarbone, reach through the top of the head. And that buttocks and the lower back are working. That's why we want to lift and not press, because we don't want to jam the back. So you're finding a place where the back is working with you. Let's look to the right, back to the center, look over to the left, and back to the center, and lower with control. Just tucking the chin, the nose, and the forehead. Feel the buttocks, legs, and back completely relax and rest. And then we'll do the counter stretch. So come back through the table and now round the back. So we're just going to come into the child's pose and feel how delicious that is to now do the opposite stretch. Breathing, the lower back is lengthening. Good, and then come up to sitting. All right, let's keep it going. We're going to move into our twist. So take the right foot up or cross the right leg over, whatever feels better for you. Hold on to the bent knee with the left hand, reach out with the right, and sit tall. You watch your fingertips with your eyes to wind the head up and the neck evenly with the rest of the spine. You want the whole spine to turn. Bring that right hand to the floor and lift the heart. Now long, slow, deep breaths, massaging the liver and the gallbladder here on the right. Lifting the hand, wind to the center. Now go past center and come all the way to the left to unwind the spine. So look over the left shoulder. Good. Back to the center. Rest the right foot and ankle on the floor. Pull the left toes towards you and sit tall. So we're starting to create length in that left leg. Good. Now, if that feels better to bring it here, you can bring that foot to the inner left leg. Otherwise, we have it crossed over. We're opening up the joints there. And then we're going to fold over. So you could do a mini forward bend from the collarbone, reaching out over the lower body. And if you're feeling engaged, stretching going on, breathe with it. Soften. Don't force. Just find an edge. If you can go deeper, you're going to keep folding forward over that lower body and breathe into length here. And back up to sitting. Good. Let's do the other side. Bring that left foot up or cross it over. Hold on with the right hand to anchor that bent knee and reach out and wind up. Wind around to the left. Bring the left hand to the floor, lift the heart. Long, slow, deep breaths now. Massaging the spleen, pancreas, and digestive system. So we're getting into the organs on both sides when we turn and compress them and do that deep breathing in our twist. Then lifting that hand, wind all the way back to the center, and then go beyond the center, unwind to the right. Back to the center, rest your foot and ankle on the floor, pull the toes towards you and sit tall. Good. So you may feel an edge right there. You can take just a little micro movement, collarbone leaning toward the lower body. If that creates an edge, breathe with it. Relax as much as you can into softening that stretch. As you soften, you can go deeper into the forward fold. Breathing and relaxing shoulders, neck, face. And then roll back up to sitting. Great. Let's take that leg out, shake out the legs. And then just walk your fingertips down and fold over two extended legs. We want a double hamstring stretch, just to your edge. So if you're right here and you're feeling it, and if you have tight hamstrings, you may want a rolled towel or a pillow under the knees so that you can soften enough to start to relax the body into length. So really know that if you struggle with hamstrings, there are ways to support yourself and you will see results over time. So consistency is key to create new patterns in the body. Some of them are not comfortable. Hamstrings can be very tough, like bristling meat, and they don't feel good when we're asking them to stretch and they're short. So that's why little increments, just a little bit, can go a long way with consistency and breathing. Okay, roll back up to sitting. Good, shake out the legs. And it's ready for our restorative time. So let's get our chair, or you can do legs on the wall if you like to do that supported shoulder stand that way. So grab your chair. And bring it over to your mat. And then you sit next to the chair, sideways, and bring your legs up onto the chair. So you're going to sit next to the chair, and then lay back and bring the legs up. And the arms are at your sides, away from the body a bit, so the shoulders can relax. Tuck the chin just a bit to lengthen the neck. So sometimes people have the chin tipped up. So just bring that to a neutral place so the neck can relax. And start long, slow, deep breaths. So this is where we're going to do some conscious breath awareness. Just breathing and feel the breath expand in the belly, in the chest. Feel that breath emptying out. Long and slow, in and out through the nostrils. And keep letting the body settle into the support of the chair and the floor. So the body starts to become heavier. The muscles are softening around the bones. The back can relax into the support of the floor. Keep that nice awareness of breath as you rest and receive. And this message, this conversation is going deep into the cellular level of the body. We are talking to the hard drive in the brain when we turn the body upside down. So you're in anti-gravity right now. We're moving into the reverse of how we are in gravity. So remain there with long, deep breaths and receive the message. Receive the message. The body is receiving the message to relax, repair, and restore. We're talking to the part of the nervous system that recovers and heals the body. You can consider this a mini vacation for every cell in your body. Basking in the sunshine, breathing in that air. That's all happening at a cellular level. This is how we recover, repair, and restore all systems: skeletal system, nervous system, immune system, respiratory system, and circulation. Everything is being recovered. It goes deeper than resting. And that's why it's so important. All of the poses that we did, the energy work, prepares the body for this rich work of recovery. New cells being born right now are encoded with this information. So if you do this on a daily basis, think about what you would be creating for yourself. It takes 3 months or so to regenerate most of the cells. So if you started today and did this daily, 3 months from now, how would you feel? How would you look? What would you be doing in your life? Remembering your seeds of intention as well. It all goes together to create well-being. And then as you're ready, draw knees in toward the chest. So gently release legs from the chair or wall. Transition to one side and nurture yourself back up to sitting. And then sit however you feel comfortable. So you can take a leg out or sit on a cushion to help you prop your hips forward. And remember to lengthen your spine. So you're going to lift the heart and bring the left palm up and the right palm down. And just moving inward now for a moment, closing the eyes, taking the breath with you. Every inhale takes you deeper into that place where you meet you. And receiving now the benefits of your work, benefits you can feel. They are actualized in your experience. And plugging them right into your own well-being. This is where meditation begins. In that inner space, after you've created harmony, balance, and being grounded in the body. And bringing palms together now in front of the heart in prayer pose, honoring the peace and calm, harmony, strength, and wisdom within you. May the merit of this practice benefit your own well being and the well being of those around you. Peace, peace, and only peace. Gently open your eyes. Namaste. Okay, I'm happy we got that in today. If you were with me earlier today, I had that little disruption with a dishwasher delivery. All is well. And I hope that you enjoyed getting your yoga in today. All right, enjoy your week, and I will look forward to seeing you soon. Be well.